Do your feet feel heavy, tight, and almost painful the moment you finally sit down at night? Not the mild puffiness from being on your feet all day, but the kind where your skin feels stretched, your ankles look thick, and your socks leave deep marks that don't fade for hours. For many people, this has quietly become the new normal. Here's the part most don't realize. There's a big difference between tired feet and true fluid buildup. Tired feet feel sore but rebound by morning. Fluid-filled feet feel dense, stiff, and slow to move, like the weight is trapped inside them. That's not fatigue, that's circulation struggling to keep up. This kind of swelling isn't just about age, and it's rarely just salt. It's often a sign that blood and fluid aren't moving upward the way they should. When circulation slows, gravity takes over, fluid settles, pressure builds, and night after night, the problem quietly worsens while you sleep. Left unaddressed, this pattern can stress the veins, irritate surrounding tissue, and set the stage for more serious circulation problems down the road. You don't need to panic, but you do need a better plan than simply elevating your legs and hoping for the best. That's exactly what this video gives you. A 7-fix nighttime plan designed to work while you sleep. Each step targets a different reason. Swelling gets worse at night, draining trapped fluid, supporting vein function, and helping your legs reset by morning. And pay close attention to fix number 7. It's the one most people are never told about, yet it plays a key role in long-term improvement. And the first fix starts inside your cells, not in your socks. Fix number 1, the pre-sleep mineral reset. Most people are told the same thing over and over: cut the salt. And while that sounds logical, it rarely solves stubborn swelling. That's because fluid buildup isn't usually caused by sodium alone. It's driven by an imbalance between key minerals that control how water moves in and out of your cells. Your body relies on a precise relationship between sodium, potassium, and magnesium. When potassium or magnesium runs low, which is extremely common, especially with age, your cells hold on to sodium. And wherever sodium goes, water follows. The result is pressure, pooling, and that heavy, tight feeling in your feet at night. This is where magnesium plays a critical role. Magnesium helps relax the smooth muscle lining your blood vessels. When those vessel walls stay tense and narrow, fluid can't move efficiently. By gently relaxing them before sleep, magnesium helps circulation flow more freely instead of backing up in your lower legs. Potassium works differently, but just as powerfully. It signals fluid to move into the cell, counterbalancing sodium's tendency to pull water outside the cell. When potassium levels are supported, your body is more willing to release trapped fluid instead of clinging to it. What matters most here isn't a massive dose. It's timing. Taken before bed, this mineral support sends a calm, clear signal to your kidneys and blood vessels while you're still upright, encouraging gentle fluid release before gravity starts working against you. This is not a harsh flush or a diuretic trick. It's a kidney-friendly reset. However, if you have kidney disease or take medications that affect mineral balance, always speak with your healthcare provider first. Without this step, every other fix works half as well. Fix number 2, the hot-cold shock that forces veins to react. When blood and fluid are allowed to sit in your ankles day after day, your veins start to change. They stretch, they lose tone, and once that happens, they stop pushing fluid upward with any urgency. Comfort alone won't wake them up. Lazy veins respond to contrast, not warmth. This is where hot-cold contrast comes in. Heat is the opener. When your feet are placed in warm water, blood vessels relax and widen. This pulls stagnant blood and trapped fluid closer to the surface, making it mobile again. Think of it as loosening a traffic jam so things can finally move. Cold is the command. When that warmth is suddenly followed by cold, the veins react instantly. They clamp down. That rapid tightening creates pressure, physically squeezing blood and excess fluid out of the tissues and back toward the heart. It's not subtle, it's mechanical and immediate. The cycle itself is simple and visual. A few minutes in warm water followed by a short burst of cold. Then repeat. Each switch forces your veins to open, then close, over and over. This rapid change is what drives movement. It's like pumping a stuck handle until the flow restarts. The real power comes at the end. After the final cold exposure, your feet begin warming on their own. Blood rushes back in, but this time it's fresh, oxygenated, and moving forward, carrying waste and excess fluid with it instead of leaving it behind. Done before bed, this creates a clean slate. You're not just soothing your feet, you're actively emptying them. This is the fastest way to decongest your feet before bed. Fix number 3. Turn your calves into a pump for active drainage. Here's something most people never hear. Simply lifting your legs and lying still is one of the weakest ways to reduce swelling. Passive elevation helps a little, but without movement, fluid drains slowly, if it drains at all. Real progress comes from pressure, and pressure comes from muscle activity. Your calf muscles are the main drivers of blood returning from your feet back to your heart. Every time they contract, they squeeze the deep veins running through them, pushing blood upward against gravity. That's why swelling worsens when you sit or stand still for long periods. The pump shuts off. This is also why propping your legs on a pillow often disappoints. The position is helpful, but without muscle engagement, fluid simply lingers. Gravity alone isn't enough. The solution is combining position with movement. By placing your legs up against a wall, you shift gravity to your advantage. Your feet sit higher than your heart, allowing fluid to begin moving upward naturally. But the real effect comes from what slow, deliberate ankle movements activate the calves. Pointing your toes, then pulling them back toward you, creates strong, rhythmic contractions. Each movement squeezes fluid out of the lower legs and sends it into larger vessels where it can be processed and removed. This doesn't need to be long. Just a few focused minutes create a powerful drainage effect because gravity and muscle contraction are working together. The pressure difference does the heavy lifting. 5 minutes here can replace an entire massage session. Fix number 4. The vein strengthening oil massage, or sealing the leaks. Draining fluid out of your feet is only half the battle. The real question is why that fluid leaks out in the first place. Over time, the smallest blood vessels in your legs, the capillaries, can become irritated and weakened. When that happens, they stop holding fluid where it belongs. Instead, it seeps into surrounding tissue, creating swelling that keeps returning night after night. This is why regular lotion doesn't solve the problem. Moisturizers soften skin, but they do nothing to support the structure of the blood vessels underneath. To address the cause, you need ingredients that support vein tone and calm inflammation at the tissue level. That's where venotonic botanicals come in. When diluted properly in a carrier oil, these plant-based compounds are traditionally used to support vessel strength and local circulation. The carrier oil isn't just for comfort, it helps deliver those compounds deeper into the skin where they can actually do something useful. But the technique matters just as much as the ingredients. This isn't a relaxing spa massage. It's circulation guidance. Using firm, upward strokes, always moving toward the heart, helps direct fluid into larger vessels instead of letting it settle back into the feet. The pressure stimulates local nerves, encourages blood flow, and supports the vessel walls you've already worked to drain. Done after your drainage steps, this massage helps lock in the progress you've made. This step keeps the fluid from rushing back overnight. Fix number 5, the nighttime compression correction. Compression can be incredibly helpful or quietly harmful depending on how and when it's used. During the day, stronger compression makes sense because gravity is constantly pulling fluid downward. Your veins need extra help pushing blood back up. But nighttime is a completely different situation. When you lie down, pressure inside your blood vessels naturally equalizes. At that point, heavy compression can do more harm than good. Strong socks or stockings designed for daytime use can restrict normal blood flow during sleep, creating pressure points instead of support. In some cases, they act more like a tourniquet than a helper. That's why nighttime compression should never feel tight or forceful. The goal isn't to squeeze fluid out. You've already done that with the earlier fixes. The goal now is maintenance. Low-grade compression provides a gentle, even pressure that prevents fluid from seeping back into the tissues while your body continues processing it overnight. There's a simple way to tell if compression is wrong for sleep. If you remove your socks in the morning and see deep grooves, sharp indentations, or discoloration around the top band, the pressure was too high. That concentrated squeeze can actually trap fluid below the band and worsen swelling over time. Used correctly, light compression acts like a soft boundary. It keeps everything you've just drained from rushing back while your legs are horizontal and relaxed. Most people accidentally undo everything right here. Fix number 6, the 3-hour fluid cutoff rule. Many people end their day doing what they believe is healthy, sipping water or herbal tea right before bed. But when swelling is an issue, late-night hydration often works against you. The reason is simple and has nothing to do with willpower or discipline. It's about timing and how your kidneys work. When you drink fluids, they don't disappear immediately. Your kidneys need time to filter that liquid, balance electrolytes, and decide what to release. That process can take hours. If you flood your system right before lying down, your body has fewer tools to move that fluid efficiently. Once you're horizontal, gravity stops helping. Fluid that hasn't been processed yet looks for the lowest available space. In people prone to swelling, that space is often the ankles and feet. By morning, the result is stiffness, heaviness, and shoes that suddenly feel tight. The solution isn't dehydration, it's a clear cutoff window. Aim to stop large drinks about 3 hours before sleep. This gives your kidneys enough time to complete most of their work while you're still upright, allowing excess fluid to be managed instead of settling. There's one reasonable exception. If you need a small sip of water to take supplements from your nighttime routine, that's fine. Small sips won't overwhelm the system. This approach works with your body's natural rhythms instead of fighting them. And for many people, it explains a mystery they've had for years. This alone explains why swelling is worse in the morning. Fix number 7, the night repair support for weak veins. And honestly, this is the don't skip fix. Everything you've done so far focuses on drainage, moving fluid out of your feet so you can feel relief tonight. But if swelling keeps returning, there's usually a deeper issue underneath it. Over time, the veins in the lower legs can lose strength and elasticity. This condition is often referred to as chronic venous insufficiency, and it simply means the veins aren't holding and moving blood as efficiently as they once did. As veins weaken, their walls become more porous. Fluid that should stay inside the bloodstream slowly seeps into surrounding tissue. That's why swelling can come back even after you've drained it out. Without repair, you're stuck in a cycle of temporary fixes. This is where targeted nighttime support comes in. Certain plant-based compounds have been widely studied for their ability to support vein tone, capillary strength, and microcirculation. When used together, they work in a complementary way. One helps reduce leakage, while the other supports the structure that keeps vessels resilient. It's not about forcing change, it's about giving your body the tools it already uses to maintain vascular integrity. Nighttime is ideal for this kind of support because your body naturally shifts into repair mode during deep sleep. Circulation slows, inflammation settles, and tissues focus on rebuilding. Providing supportive nutrients at this time aligns with that process instead of competing with it. This is not a cure, and it's not a substitute for medical care. It's support, the kind that helps move you from constant management toward long-term improvement. This is how you stop managing swelling and start reversing it. Let's bring it all together. You now have the full nighttime plan. Resetting minerals before bed, using hot and cold to wake up your veins, activating your calf pump, sealing weak vessels with targeted massage, choosing the right compression for sleep, respecting the 3-hour fluid cutoff, and supporting vein repair overnight. Each step plays a role, but their real power comes from using them together. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Even small improvements, done night after night, create momentum your circulation can build on. One last habit to watch for is leg crossing. Whether you're sitting on the couch or lying on your side in bed, crossing your legs compresses the main vessels responsible for returning blood from your feet. It quietly blocks everything you just worked to improve. Keep your legs parallel or use a pillow to maintain alignment. The most important step is starting tonight. Swelling doesn't fix itself by waiting, but it responds when you give your body the right conditions. If you want to go deeper, the next video covers everyday foods that quietly damage vascular elasticity and keep swelling coming back. That's the next piece of the puzzle.